all to look at him.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Mark, could you please lead us in the pledge of allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Patrick.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Nice view from up here. Thank you, everybody. Dan Murphy. I am the president of the council, and I've been asked to cover for the mayor this evening. Could you please, Michael, read the sunshine?
I believe you have it, President.
Okay.
President, in accordance with the state statutes, this meeting has been advertised in the Glen Star Ledger, the Glenridge paper, the Glenridge Voice, and also posted on our webpage as well as posted in the municipal building.
Thank you, Michael. Can you please call the roll?
Okay. Councilor Hughes is absent. Councilor Lesovich? Here. Lefkowitz?
Here.
Dawson? Here. Morrow?
Here.
President Murphy is
Here.
present. Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Michael. Can I have someone approve the minutes of the May 22nd, 2017 meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Do we have a second?
I second that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Or
Aye.
do we call the roll on that one?
We call the roll.
Call the roll, Mr.
Councilor Lesovich?
I'll abstain.
Councilor Lefkowitz?
Aye.
Dawson? Aye. Morrow?
Aye.
President Murphy?
Yes. Aye.
4 ayes, no nays. Motion carries.
Thank you, Michael. Do we have any written communications?
Yes, we do. From the Department of Transportation, we received notice that we received a grant in amount of $250,000 for roadway rehabilitation.
Excellent.
Then from New Jersey Transit, we got an update regarding Amtrak's pending station New York City repairs. And from Lackawanna Coalition, on the same topic, a report to communities under concerns for the Penn Station project. And then finally, a copy of the cooperation agreement between the County of Essex and Glenridge for conducting certain community development activities. And that concludes correspondence.
Thank you, Michael. At this moment, we have a time for comments from the public. I see we have Deborah from the county here.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the council. For the record, I'm Deborah Collins, Deputy County Administrator, Director of Small Business Development, and the Affirmative Action Officer for the county. Before I begin this evening's announcement, I do want to call to the public's attention and to your own if you have not yet heard. Last week, the Essex County Board of Children Freeholders and the County Executive introduced or listed an ordinance establishing a set-aside program, set-aside and joint venture program for minority, women-owned, and veteran-owned businesses. It will be on for a hearing on June 21st, Wednesday. Hearing and a vote. It's a board and conference meeting. Reached real high level. What it does is establish an aspirational goal of 15% on all private contracts for women and minorities, except in the area of construction, where that goal will be raised to 20%. For veterans, the goal will be 5% at initiation, and later on, 15%. Later on is 2020, by the way. Each of those goals will increase by 2020. In the first two categories, professional and non-professional services, the goal will be 33%. So you see we have our work cut out for us. One of the major challenges that we face is that many small women and minority-owned businesses do not get certified. Heretofore, there's never been a correlation between certification and the winning of a contract. As you know, contracts are based on the lowest, most responsive and responsible bidder getting that contract. Now, in fact, in order to exercise that language in the local public contract laws since 2013, you must be a certified minority or business, minority women-owned or veteran-owned business. So, toward this end, on July 6th, we are hosting a certification workshop. John Cronin of the Department of Treasury of the state of New Jersey will come in and talk and walk our vendors through the certification process. May I add that the county executive has agreed to reimburse the $100 fee for certification for every single small, woman-owned, minority, and veteran-owned business that gets certified or registered. So this is a really, really big deal. We're in the throes of preparing for it. We have 90 days before the actual rollout, and it's essential that the public learn about this. I do have some flyers announcing the certification process, which I shall leave with the borough administrator. If you have any questions, it's quite a lot to digest at the beginning, but know that we will be working diligently, and my office will be working like demons, trying to get people to certify in order to be eligible to participate in the set-aside and joint venture program. Are there any questions about that?
Nope.
It's a lot.
But that's
Thank
wonderful
you.
news.
Thank you. It is wonderful news, actually. It's going to make a difference in the economic health of all of our communities, so we're excited about it. Moving on Saturday, June 17th, we will have Essex County's Used Tire Recycling Day from 9 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. at the Essex County Public Works Building, 99 West Bradford Avenue, Cedar Grove, New Jersey. Old tires with or without rims will be collected. The rims will be recycled as scrap metal, and this, of course, is free to all Essex County residents. And I noticed downstairs, thank you, Mr. Borough Administrator, that you do have a copy of our flyer announcing the Demystifying the RFP process workshop, June 22nd, 10 a.m. to noon, at the High Lawn Pavilion for small women and minority business owners in the professional services who would like to learn how to, in fact, submit a winning proposal. We'll be going through mandatory RFP documents, elements of the cost proposal, and the evaluation process. Again, out of the Office of Small Business Development, we will be presenting a 5-week OSHA, that's Occupational Safety and Health Administration, 30-hour outreach program, 5 weeks commencing July 7th, ending August 4th, from 8:30 to 2:30 p.m. Please call 973-621-2011 for more information. That's 973-621-2011. Saturday, July 15th to Saturday, July 29th, we will have at the Essex County Environmental Center a list of programs with the theme of butterflies. And for more information about that and to register, please call 973-228-8776. And last but not least, we are announcing the 2018 Local Arts and History Grant Program. The Essex County Local Arts and History Program offers grants that can help eligible nonprofit organizations and government units continue providing high-quality arts programs. So the county executive urges all organizations to attend the information sessions so they can learn about our application process. There'll be 3 information sessions, Tuesday, June 13th at 6:30 p.m. at Essex County Turtleback Zoo, Wednesday, June 14th, also at 6:30 p.m. at the Environmental Center, and Saturday, June 17th at 10 a.m. at the Cherry Blossom Welcome Center. For more information, please call 973-433-7469. Are there any questions or concerns?
No
for the county?
questions here, because you've got a full agenda,
Wow.
and the county executive has been very, very busy.
Very, very busy, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We thank you for your time.
My pleasure, Mr.
And you
Booker.
can thank him for the dedication of the Tom Fleming,
I will.
where our acting mayor's evening spoke.
Yeah, it was fun recalling a lot of good times spent with Tom Fleming, and it was an appropriate dedication.
And
It
lovely
was a nice
program.
send-off for Tom.
Absolutely.
His daughter was touched, as was most of the folks in the crowd.
Wonderful. I will convey your sentiments and thoughts to the
Thank
county
you so
executive.
much.
Thank you for the
bringing that
feedback.
up.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Are there any other comments? I see Peter is in the crowd. Peter, would you like to, Yeah. It is Peter, is it? Yeah. You could help him to the microphone.
Okay, I start with the good news. The the Memorial Day was a great day. I was able to walk around, not worrying about traffic. So, what's that?
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walked down the street, not worrying about traffic. Celebrated my freedom again that I used to have.
There was no traffic.
Huh?
There was no traffic.
Yeah, it was great walking down the street, not worrying about traffic, and the police in this town are great. They greeted me by name and walked me across Bloomfield Avenue. Met the friend who now escorted me here because I made friends with her. But in trying to the plot that keeps thickening, I was looking into it, and apparently as far as the angle of the curves, it can't be less than, it's like 17 degrees or 12 degrees. And I said, well, maybe if I can become more sensitive to that curve, forget about it, because it can be from 17 to 0. So there's no telling from curve to curve. There's no adjusting. And then further, I inquired about the placement of the truncated domes. Like, do they tell me if I could find them, would I know if I'm in the crosswalk? And no, the answer to that is no, because they have no control over if the curb is eliminated and it can be placed anywhere along them. So basically, in the medical community, that would be called contraindicated. You can't prescribe one with the other. Well, the combination of the ramps and now the tactile or the truncated domes and the curb cuts is a deadly combination. I can't. There's no way to know from corner to corner what anybody has done. So that's by design or it's by neglect. I just called today the Access Board. They brag about being an independent federal agency. And so I called and I said, by what definition of independent? Now I know they get a salary, so they're not there as a labor of love. So they're not independent in that sense. I said, are you independent like impartial, like a judge? No, I know because I spoke to a guy who has been on the board since the mid-90s, and his wife is in a wheelchair. So he's got an interest in the curbs. For him, that's his crowning glory. And I was like, are they okay? Are you? They're not elected, and they're not. So basically, everyone there, they're not really. They brag about being independent, but they're not really independent. They're basically they're appointed by the president. Which president? Well, by presidents from from Bill Clinton onward. Some people were appointed by Clinton, and then so basically they're in, they're out. There's no one person. The buck doesn't stop anywhere. So basically, to tell you the truth, it looks like the more research I do into this, the buck stops nowhere. Everybody has an alibi, from the local municipality to the federal government to the president. The buck stops nowhere. We all have alibis. I'd rather not have an alibi. I'd rather have my freedom back, but it's a daunting task because it's designed for us to all have alibis. So I don't know what to do. I'm thinking, actually, the great thing is that when I walk around, the people in this town are great, because they're still bringing my attention to the fact that I've crossed this street or I'm in the middle of a street or whatever, and then I could have them sign a petition just so it's on record. I mean, I passed a guy today who remembered me. Again, I was on the wrong side of the street. He was walking his dog. He had his own complaints about the water, and other people don't like the curbs for various reasons. But we all have alibis. Just some of us don't want alibis, but there's no taking responsibility in this world. And anyway, maybe I'm a little cynical. I should be resting easier because now I know there's nothing I could have done about it, and there's nothing that can be done about it.
A friend of mine, Peter, reached out to me. He was asking if I knew of this Peter from Glen Ridge and that he was working on this new technology, which he may have made you aware of, it, whereby with a cane, a certain type of cane that has a sensitive monitor in it that picks up a certain application of paint at the crosswalk, so that you would know that you're entering into an intersection.
Yeah, I think he was going to call me. I didn't get his call.
But
Right, because I was on the radio.
Yeah, he will be calling you, I'm sure. But that's something that's that would be a godsend to you, and I know that this is.
Yeah, I hope so.
This is. I know you. This is your monthly venting session with us, and I do believe that Michael Hall and the folks here in town do care, and we are concerned about
They do.
your well-being.
They care about me when I meet them one by one. I mean.
And I think the council here, and certainly the mayor, is sensitive to your needs, and to the extent that we're handicapped, to use a term, because we're mandated by the government to provide these ADA ramps for the handicap, and unfortunately, by design, they've made your life miserable, and that's really important.
Yeah, thank you for acknowledging that. I mean, if you ever want to call them, if you want to call the access board, they're not a friendly people.
No, I've got better things to do than push that rock up the hill, So.
I mean, they have chips on their shoulders for sure.
But I don't mean to cut you short, but we do
Okay.
have our full agenda this evening,
Thank
and I
you.
do appreciate your time. Thank you. Okay. Mayor's not present tonight, and I found out that I was going to be acting mayor this evening moments before tonight's. Otherwise, I may have prepared a statement, but I don't have anything to say, so I'll just move on to the Finance and Administration Committee report, which I believe Councilman Lefkowitz is going to handle.
Yes, so on behalf of the Finance and Administration Committee, I've got 3 resolutions this evening. The first is Resolution 80-17. Be it resolved that the following claims be approved and warrants be drawn for the same. There are a variety of expenditures in there, including $2.9 million payment to the Board of Ed and payroll and various other items that are listed in the resolution. So I'd like to move the resolution.
We have resolution number 80-17 claims. I'll second. Do we have a second from Lisovich? Please call the roll.
Councilperson Lefkowitz,
Aye.
Lisovich,
Aye.
Dawson,
Aye.
Morrow,
Aye.
and then President Murphy.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays. The resolution is approved.
Secondly, I have Resolution 81-17 regarding the selection of a revaluation firm where we are choosing professional property appraisers, a local firm, to provide the service for the amount of $180,250. So now be it resolved that Glen Ridge enters into a contract with professional property appraisers. So I move this resolution.
We have resolution 81-17.
Second the motion.
We have a second from Mr. Councilperson Lisovich. Mr. Rohal, can you please call the roll?
Councilor Lisovich,
Aye.
Lefkowitz,
Aye.
Dawson, Morrow,
Aye.
President Murphy.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays. The resolution is approved.
Lastly, I've got Resolution 82-17 to refund overpayment of tax to the folks listed in the resolution in the amount of $6,264.81. So I move Resolution 82-17.
We have resolution number 82-17. I'm sorry, this is the second reading?
We need a second.
I will
I'm
second
sorry.
that motion as well.
Thank you, Councilperson Lisovich. Mr. Rohal, can you please call the roll?
Councilor Lisovich,
Aye.
Lefkowitz,
Aye.
Dawson, Morrow,
Aye.
President Murphy.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays. The resolution is approved.
Mr. Lisovich, Public Safety Committee report?
Do you have an ordinance too? Are we going to cover that ordinance? Or is that off the, did we table that?
Ordinance 1663, ABC regulations?
It's
Oh, okay. Yes, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, I do. I have ordinance number 1663. I thought you had it.
no, all right.
So I apologize for that. I have ordinance 1660.
Alcoholic beverages.
Yes. Particularly extending the hours. So I have this for first reading.
Okay, I call for any discussion amongst the members of the council with regard to resolution 1663.
We notified them.
Yes, we did. A letter was sent to all the residents on the lower section of Clark Street.
Right, so in essence, what we're doing is we're authorizing the permitted hours of sale at the Bottle King from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m.
So it's been extended from noon time
Noon.
to 5 to 11 to 6.
Right,
However, truck deliveries will be restricted to from noon to 5 o'clock.
Right.
The current delivery hours.
And that's every day of the week or just
No,
Monday?
no, just Sunday.
Just on Sunday.
Okay,
The other
very
days
good,
of the week,
very
they
good.
do have a cutoff for deliveries.
Okay. All right, this being the first, for the introduction of ordinance number 1663, pardon?
Councilperson, we need a second on the
Oh, we
motion.
need a second for,
Second.
thank you, Councilperson. I'm done suffering here.
Morrow.
Morrow, thank you. Please, Mr. Rojo, call the roll.
Councilor Sovich?
Aye.
Lefkowitz?
Aye.
Dawson? Morrow?
Aye.
President Murphy?
Aye,
5 ayes, no nays. The ordinance is passed on first reading.
very good, thank you.
And will the
Um,
public hearing be at the...
Yeah, the public hearing will be on July 26th, council meeting.
Okay. And you have a consent?
Yes, I
agenda?
do. On the subject of liquor, I'd like to renew the liquor licenses in town as well. So I have a consent agenda for resolutions number 83-17 to 86-17. These are considered to be routine and will be acted on with a single motion. If any discussion is requested, it will be removed from the consent agenda. All consent agenda items will be reflected in the minutes.
Okay, I have a
Acting
motion.
Mayor, I move
I have a motion.
the consent agenda resolution.
Thank you, Councilperson Lesovich. I have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councilperson Lefkowitz. Mr. All, could you please call the
And
roll?
just for the record, none of the licensees had any complaints during the past year. So let's
Yeah.
just
It's
put
good
that on
to
the
know.
record.
It's good to know.
So this includes the Bottle King, the Country Club, Fitzgerald, and the pharmacy.
That's correct.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, could you please call the roll?
Sure. Councilor Sovich?
Aye.
Lefkowitz?
Aye.
Dawson? Murphy?
Aye,
Morrow?
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays. The consent agenda is approved.
thank you.
And that's all I have.
Very good. Mr. Councilperson Lefkowitz, you have a committee report for us tonight.
Mr. President, I have no report this evening.
Very good, thank you very much. On to Councilperson Arthur Dawson.
Yes, briefly, we've been maintaining the fields as required. Fields are in good shape, I think. We haven't had any complaints. Have you heard any?
Just the wear and tear on the normal wear and tear on the grass fields, which is normal and customary this time of year. You know, it's the end of the season.
Yes, but everything, and we're scoping out doing the paving on Douglas Road. But there's we're trying to establish with PSE&G that they won't come and dig it up right away after we pave it. So they're trying to get a resolution of when they're going to have the, have you had any heard any more from them?
No, we reached out to Scott Everton, the regional manager, and he hasn't come back with a schedule.
Yeah, Murphy's Law says once it's done, they'll dig it up again. Yeah,
Going to
I noted that the ADA ramps are just been completed on Douglas Road, and it looks like
Going
it's ready
to
to be paved.
Councilor Dawson's point, the road that we paved last year, Wildwood Terrace between Sherman and Ridgewood Avenue, PSG&G just put on their list for total replacement, so, of the whole roadway. So we did negotiate with them that they have to repave
The
the
entire-
entire roadway, not just do patches on that road. But
Very good.
we're trying to avoid that on Douglas Road.
Yeah, yeah. And repavement of the street below High Street,
Oh, Edgewood?
Edgewood,
We're
yeah,
working,
on that
yes.
street,
Yeah.
it's a mess.
Yeah, it is. What we're doing is we're working with Bloomfield to get concurrence on the design, because the roadway and one curb line is in Glen Ridge, the other is in Bloomfield.
Right.
So we did speak to the mayor and the town manager, and we're working on the final details between both engineering department and also with their public safety department.
Very good,
I'm
thank you.
sorry, Michael, off of Douglas where the public service work is being done,
Yes.
that's not being done, it's just, the road is dug up, it's been hanging out there for quite a while, what's the status on that?
They still have leaks that they're covering. They're going, unfortunately, they haven't assigned it to an outside contractor. They're using their own crews. So they're there for a day or two, then they're off for a couple of days, and then they're coming back. And apparently there are leaks at the joints which they're repairing.
Gas leaks.
Gas leaks. So,
The pipes are old.
yeah,
They're
But it
original
seems
pipes.
like it's been a long time.
it's been months.
Yeah.
It's actually started last year, I believe,
Right.
the work. And so we've been trying to push them to complete the job. Just like I said, it's like before. It's we just want to avoid what's going to happen on Wildwood Terrace where you pave a road and then they're going to have to come back. So
Do it over again.
whatever it is, because
Saves a lot of money.
even the pipe in Douglas was was installed in 1903. So what they're trying to come back is do is remedy the leaks. They really repair each joint and look at each service to make sure it's functioning
That's
properly.
great. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Councilperson Dawson, you have some resolutions for us?
In addition to that, I have several resolutions. So I have introduced resolution number 87-17 related to Petroleum Traders Corporation for purchasing agreement under the cooperative purchasing contract 80915. The firm is expected to purchase approximately $80,000 of fuel in 2017. So, the chief financial officer certified the availability of funds for this contract, and now therefore be it resolved, the mayor and council of the borough of Glen Ridge does hereby approve the purchase of fuel from Petroleum Traders Corporation. Mr. Mayor, I offer the resolution.
We have offer of resolution 8717 for contracts. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Councilperson Morrow. Mr. Brohal, please call the roll.
Councilor Sovich.
Aye.
Lefkowitz.
Aye.
Dawson.
Aye.
Morrow.
Aye.
President Murphy.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays. The resolution is approved.
I offer resolution 88-17, be it resolved that Felix Esposito is hereby appointed construction official, building subcode official, zoning officer, and property maintenance officer, and further be it resolved that Thomas E. Simpson is appointed fire subcode official. Mr. Mayor, I offer that resolution.
Just some discussion,
Yes.
please.
Right.
Are these folks that we've had?
Yes. Felix was the building inspector on the Country Club project.
Okay, very good.
And he's also been, because of the state statute, if any council member, the mayor or myself, needs an inspection or a permit in Glen Ridge, we would have to go to an outside agency, and he's been providing the inspection services for the elected and appointed officials.
So is he also going to be working with the building department with regard to historic preservation
That's correct.
matters?
Yes.
Is there going to be a fee?
Oh, no, this will be different. That will be a different consultant. He's going to be our construction sales official and building official, and he's also a plumbing inspector. Yeah, Trump retired, but also Felix is an instructor for the uniform code at several community colleges.
Okay, we have resolution 8817. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Sovich.
Aye.
Lefkowitz.
Aye.
Dawson.
Aye.
Morrow.
Aye.
President Murphy.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays. The resolution is approved.
I'll offer resolution number 89-17. This resolution is, Director of the Division of Local Government may offer, approve the insertion of an
Thank you, Art. We have resolution 8917. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Can the clerk please call the roll?
Councilor Lovich?
Aye.
Lefkowitz?
Aye.
Dawson?
Aye.
Morrow?
Aye.
President Murphy?
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays. The resolution is approved.
Michael, who actually requested this?
What we did, every year there's an application, and we're part of the Clean Communities Program, in which we give a report, and then we report back on our accomplishments. And based on previous programs, we're awarded this grant. And we use this for anti-litter programs and for additional cleaning services along the parks and the roadways.
Just want to give you credit where credit is due. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
It's good news whenever we get money from the state.
Back to the state.
It's appreciated. Okay, you have one more resolution for us, Art?
Yes, number 90-17, a resolution authorizing inclusion in the Essex County Urban County Community Development Program for the program years 2018 to 2020. This is related to the community development grants. I won't read the whole thing, it's published, but it's in the best interest of this borough and its residents to participate in these programs. So, I'd like to introduce this resolution to be considered, it's 90-17.
Okay, we have resolution number 90-17. Do we have a second?
Motion.
Thank you. Can you please call the roll?
Councilor Lovich?
Aye.
Lefkowitz?
Aye.
Dawson?
Aye.
Morrow?
Aye.
President Murphy?
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays. The resolution is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson, or Councilperson Dawson. It's my turn for
Includes
the...
my activity.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's Parks and Rec Committee report, and all I have to say is in 2 weeks from yesterday, we've got the Fitzgerald's 1928 Lager Run, which takes place at Harrell Field. Along in conjunction with that, we have a 1-mile race called the Robert Sooner Mile. We've worked very closely with the town and the police department to make sure that this is going to be a very successful race. It's open to fast runners and people who would like to walk it, and their children. And it benefits the Glen Ridge Community Fund. Proceeds of the race are substantial, and we get a good outpouring of folks from the community, and it's also been known as the unofficial town party at Harrell Field. And certainly the sponsors, Boiling Springs Savings Bank and Fitzgerald's 1928 and Brooklyn Brewery are among the reasons why this race has been a success and continues to be a success. This is its 11th running, and it takes a little village like Glen Ridge to put on a great race like this. We appreciate everybody coming out for it, and we encourage folks to register to run, because deadline for registration is the 18th, and the price will go up substantially after the June 18th. So the price of registration will go up substantially. And there is race day registration for those folks who are waiting to see if it's going to rain or not. So again, thank you. Finally, Councilperson Morrow, Planning Development.
Just very briefly, I can report that H2M, who are our consultants that have been retained to review the Baldwin Street site, they have begun to conduct field visits to the site. This is all part of the determination if it qualifies as an area in need of redevelopment. H2M, as I mentioned, has begun the field visits. They're reviewing records on the properties, including environmental records, and we believe they should be in a position to report to the planning board at the planning board's July meeting.
Very good. Any new and unfinished business?
Yes, Mr. President, we have one resolution by Councilor Lovich.
Yeah, should I really go I'm kidding. No, I have resolution number 91-17 that authorized the fireworks display at the Country Club on the 4th of July. Be it resolved that in accordance with our Borough Ordinance 1662, the Borough Council and the Mayor do hereby approve the application of the Country Club for 4th of July fireworks display to be held at Tuesday, July 4, between the hours of 8:45 p.m. and 10 p.m. And let the record show that this council does like to have fun, so. So I move to approve the fireworks for the country club.
We have the firework resolution. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you.
And the liquor license has been re-upped just in time.
Just in time. There could be more than just pyrotechnics going that way. Sure. Michael, could you please call the roll?
Councilor Sovich,
Aye.
Lefkowitz,
Aye.
Dawson, Morrow,
Aye.
President Murphy.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays. The ordinance is approved.
No comments, Chief?
I just wanted to mention that as the weather obviously is getting much warmer, we want all residents just to be aware that for crime prevention purposes, to do the best that they can to report suspicious activity and to also do the best that they can to keep windows and doors locked, whether they're home or not. We're gonna see more of the officers out in plainclothes, and also during the summer hours or summer months, our officers out on bicycle patrol. This summer we'll have 3 officers certified for bicycle patrol, 1 during the daytime, and Officer Fuquana-Holly is going to be certified by the end of this month. So she'll be working the evening shift, and then up until it's no longer practical to ride the bike, we'll have both officers out.
Great. That's it. Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you for this evening's meeting, and do we have a motion for adjournment?
Also move.
Very good. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council President.
I found something.